Hello there, hola, buenos dias, and thank you for finding me here at my YouTube channel, Benidorm and Beyond. I'd like to give you all a very warm welcome to my original and long-standing series of vlogs entitled Benidorm Breakfast, the Original Tostada Tour, which gives you a whirlwind excursion around 5 coffee shops, bars or bakeries that I have tried in the last month for my favourite Spanish brekkie of coffee served with toasted baguette topped with tomato. Although I've lived here in the resort of Benidorm for over 20 years, there is still always somewhere new to discover, to eat and drink. And with this vlog, I aim to give a genuine feel for each venue and an honest review, along with the price I paid and a short look around the premises. My very favourite way to start the day when I can is with a piping hot white coffee or café con leche, accompanied by a tostada con tomate. And this is usually served as half a toasted baguette, topped with freshly grated tomato, extra virgin olive oil and sea salt, but as you'll see, there are many variations on presentation, style and substance. The tostada can also be topped with additional ingredients as well as the tomato, such as cheese, jamon serrano or even avocado in some of the trendier places, so there's always a way to ring the changes and get yourself a new taste sensation. The scrummy combo of both coffee and top toasted bread always sets me up for the day ahead, and is very often advertised at a special offer breakfast price in the local Spanish cafes. It's generally served right up until midday, or even just after if you're lucky, so why not join me on this mouth-watering tour and check out this month's top spots. So let's get started on tour number 14. Our first stop this time is Cafeteria and Bar Prince, which is situated at the top of the long and busy shopping street of Carrer de Tomàs Ortuño in the upper Old Town area. Always full of pedestrians, if you are unfamiliar with this zone and are staying in the Rincon de Loix or Newtown, there is a bus stop literally opposite the cafe, which then heads on out of town to the local shopping centres and Carrefour hypermarket. Offering modern cafe-style tables and chairs outside on the pavement, in between planters full of grasses and flowers bearing the Benidorm logo, you can also choose to eat inside in their small traditional interior at one of the wooden tables and chairs or at a stool at the bar. The many breakfast deals are clearly displayed outside on blackboards, and baguettes with various fillings are also on offer from €3.50, with raciones, which are larger versions of tapas, coming in at an average cost of €5. The cafe bar is open every day except Sundays, which is a staff and owner's day of rest. My hot strong coffee, which had the most delicious aroma, was served in a glass, so I'm unsure what brand it was, and the free Wi-Fi code was given to me with a smile. My tostada came served on a modern white china plate with napkin, and all elements served separately so I could put them onto my liking. The bread itself was half a fat mini baguette and came with a glass dish of juicy red tomato pulp and individual portions of salt and a quality extra virgin olive oil. The classic combo came to €2.50 with an option of adding fresh OJ for €1 more. Also worthy of note is that chocolate and churros are also available here for just €3.20, so definitely worth another visit when I'm passing to try some more tasty morning fare. Our second stop is Bar El Aperitivo, which is located on the large avenue of Avenida del Alfonso Pechadas in a mostly residential area, almost directly opposite the large private medical centre of Clínica Benidorm and just down from the Bullring and the Hotel Prince Park. Outside you can sit under their blue and white striped awning or out in the sunshine and enjoy the pretty area they have created with faux grass underneath the tables and chairs, hanging plants and fresh flowers on the table for that homely, well cared for feel. Inside you can find a traditional bar and tapas counter to one side, complete with the usual jamon serrano stand and industrial-sized coffee machines, and on the other side a bright white and turquoise wall with trellis and fake greenery for that slightly more modern touch. The waiter was super friendly and quick to serve me, and my order was taken within seconds and the free Wi-Fi code provided. My Brasilia coffee came in a nice big cup and was lovely and strong, and came with piping hot milk as I had requested and a biscuit on the side. I was offered freshly squeezed orange juice with my breakfast for only 50 cents more, so decided to give it a try. And although I'm not a particular fan normally, it was very fresh and tasty and made a welcome change. My tostada, when it arrived, was thinnish and very crispy, but was presented well, with a glass dish of roughly grated tomato pulp and a spoon, which is sometimes forgotten, so I usually use my coffee spoon instead, and a glass olive oil dispenser and a freshly ground sea salt shaker. The tasty twosome came to a total of €3.50, including the fresh juice, And as I found it a peaceful spot to sit and chill out, with several other cafe bars on the same stretch, it is somewhere I would visit again. Our third stop takes us to the Rincon de Loix end of town, to Bar Oasis Grill 64 at the very far end of the Avenida del Mediterraneo and opposite the local bus stop and casino building on the other side of the road. Named after the apartment block it sits under, it is part of the same group that own the Oasis Beach Club on the seafront and has only opened in the last year. Whilst many people choose to sit outside on the large terrace, which has a large screen for showing sports, beach-style raffia parasols, lots of greenery and a camouflage canopy to keep the sun at bay, the large modern interior space is a huge surprise and is elegantly decorated with lots of attractive seating and clean, brand new toilets at the end on the left. Menus are placed on every table, either in English or Spanish, and here you can peruse their wide offering of breakfast, snacks, meals and drinks, which include English cooked brekkies, croissants and baguettes. In the afternoon or evening, you might choose to dine here and sample their meat barbecue deal for €16.95, which comes with half a rack of ribs, half a carved sirloin, a half-grilled chicken, fries and slaw. Also available are a variety of burgers and pastas, as well as good old spag bol and fish and chips, and a selection of tapas. A pint of Spanish Aguila beer will set you back just €2 or €1.50 for a half, with Heineken coming in at €2.90 and €1.90 respectively, or why not go for a bottle of Amstel at just €1.70. The busy waiter took my order within a few minutes, and after a few fruitless attempts, the Wi-Fi password was eventually provided and I successfully logged in. My Jurado coffee came in a fair-sized cup, and although the top was pleasantly frothy, it did reduce the amount of actual coffee I had left to consume. On this morning I decided to order a tostada with tomato and cured ham as a Sunday treat. And when it came, it was actually loaded with delicious manchego cheese too, which I hadn't ordered, but as the cook brought it out herself, and it turned out to be someone I knew, I didn't complain. And I'm really glad about that, as it was absolutely mouth-wateringly good. The flat, almost panini-style tostada was nicely presented in 2 pieces and laid on a black serviette on a white china plate. Full cutlery was provided along with separate portions of salt and oil, and the buttery jamon serrano was plentiful and went beautiful with the creamy cheese slices and the tomato and oil mixture. My delicious duo came to €5.40 due to the addition of the traditional cured ham and cheese. But I enjoyed the relaxed atmosphere so much that I stayed on for an extra white coffee, and at €1.50 I didn't think it was overpriced at all, so we'll certainly consider returning on another occasion. Our fourth stop takes us into the Old Town and along the small pedestrianised street of Carrer del Pal, where we find the national chain and franchise of Balfien Montaditos. Well known for its good price menu of small baguette bites, or Montaditos, and large frozen tankards of beer or Tinto de Verano at just €1.50, the bar offers a large L-sized terrace with seating areas that get both the shade and the sun, and a smaller inside area with low-rise tables and stools. To order, you simply ask at the counter, and the usually young Spanish staff have a little understanding of the basic food and drink items in English, so you shouldn't have a problem being understood. I ordered the breakfast deal, which was advertised as a tostada and coffee at a set price, and also asked if there was any free Wi-Fi available, which there wasn't. The bar server then made my coffee while I waited and took my name to call out when my baguette was ready, and then I carried my coffee to my table myself, finding a seat in the shade. My coffee was a good size, and I didn't need to wait long before my name was called to go inside and retrieve my breakfast. The tostada came as both top and bottom of a mini baguette and was beautifully fresh, warm and well toasted. Both parts were topped with appetising slices of jamon serrano, which I didn't know would be the case, along with a black plastic dish of tomato pulp and a large individual portion of quality olive oil. A spatula was provided to help me smother the mixture, and the tomato was in a diced, chopped style which I've never had before, but was nonetheless delicious. The bar is in a quiet and tranquil spot, so ideal for partaking of your morning breakfast, but be advised it is opposite a local school, so at break times and when they finish for the day, the small passageway is literally awash with parents waiting to pick up their offspring and a complete cacophony of noise. With the perfect pairing coming in at an amazing price of just €2.20, this breakfast really was fantastic value, as well as being one of the most scrumptious I've had in a long time. with another branch along the Poniente seafront and a menu of other tapas and snacks such as popcorn chicken, nachos, salads and fried cheese bites served with strawberry jam, I will 100% be returning again, and maybe again and again after that too. Our fifth stop is bar and restaurant Jardin Mediterraneo, or the Mediterranean Garden, situated on the very front line of the Levante beachfront on Avenida de Alcoy. Their attractive blue and white premises have been here for years, since 1972 in fact, and offer fabulous sea views whether seated inside or on the beachfront promenade itself. The busy but friendly waiter took my order within a minute or two and the free Wi-Fi code was provided. My large Brasilia coffee was brought to the table with the hot milk then poured in front of me, and my friend's black coffee came with a separate silver jug of hot water, allowing them to make the brew weaker if required. For that extra bit of class, the table was laid up with a placemat, as well as a napkin and cutlery for that professional touch. The lower interior level is set up in a cafe bar style, with wicker-style chairs and menus on every table. And the upper level is even more stylish, with linen tablecloths and wine and water glasses ready for the lunch service ahead. As well as breakfast and a full menu of delicious ice creams and sundaes, the restaurant also specialises in seafood, such as juicy tuna steaks, clams and thigalas, which are like mini lobsters or very large prawns, as well as a variety of rice dishes, and the restaurant regularly enters the regional gastronomic events which centre around the Comunidad de Valenciana's historic relationship with rice dishes. My tostada came as 2 pieces, presented on a blue and white china plate and already spread with the tomato and oil blend. An olive oil bottle and china salt cellar were provided on the table, and although delicious in itself, the whole experience was very much enhanced by the beautiful morning sun glistening away on the Mediterranean Sea directly ahead of me. The flavoursome coupling of both coffee and tostada came to €4.80, so it wasn't available on a breakfast deal and was therefore charged at $2.10 for the tostada and $2.70 for the coffee, although to be fair, 2 people could have easily shared the one baguette. Regardless of the fact that it came to a bit more than I would usually pay in some smaller local cafes, with a privileged beachfront position and the fabulous views of Peacock Island to gaze at, I felt it was worth it this time, so why not give it a try yourself? That brings us to the end of this 14th edition of my Benidorm Breakfast, the original Tostada tour. I really hope you enjoyed it with me and that it's given you a few new ideas of where to stop for a light bite in the morning when you're next here on your holidays. If you did like the video, please join me again in the future, as well as checking out some of my other many videos full of information, detailed street walks, as well as news and reviews on local hotels, cafes and bars, and just about anything else I can think of. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you out and about next time. Maybe for a coffee and tostada even. Cheers, adios, and bye for now.